What is going on, friend? All right, so it's two properties side by side. The seller was selling them together because most of the stuff is like pretty similar between the two, and they share, kind of yards in a way. They share the garage. So they were kind of together sold. The asking was $300 and I negotiated down to $285 and we cut out the commission. So that saved $9,000 there. I used my mom as a realtor, which is a nice source that I had, but I do plan on getting my real estate license within the next 6 months or so that when I do go ahead and sell the property, I can do it myself and I don't have to pay, $18,000 in commission or whatever it would be. Breaking down the numbers, I did 2 residential loans. Instead of a conventional loan, I could have done a conventional loan, which would be a 25% down on $285,000, and that would be all 7 units at a higher interest rate, which would not be the best loan that I could get. I found a lender who would do 15% for 2 conventional loans. And basically we just divided them up into 2 separate residential loans. So I had double the closing costs, but those far outweigh the benefits of a residential loan as opposed to a commercial loan. Looking at the numbers, when you buy a property, you basically have your mortgage, insurance, taxes, utilities, and then anything else that breaks and you have to fix. But when we take a look at our actual monthly payment for the mortgage, insurance, and taxes, I did escrow those. So if you don't know what that means, basically taxes, insurance, and the mortgage or the principal is all built into one, as well as the interest, which if you know how loans work, they basically start pretty high with interest. Like I said, I have them broken apart into 2 different loans. So starting with the left building, my total monthly due, including principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, is $984 a month, okay? Now, when we really break that down, the first monthly payment on May 1st, I'm paying $216 in principal, which is going into the property, and then I'm paying $357 in interest, and then $410 in taxes and insurance. So you take that total amount, and that's $984, and that's just for the left property. Now, if we take a look at the right property, which has 3 units, the left property has 4 units. The right property, the total monthly due is $817, which includes $182 in principal, $300 in interest, $336 in taxes and insurance. So the total mortgage for both properties is roughly $1,800. I should probably backtrack a little bit and explain the income that this property generates. There's 7 total tenants or units, let's say 7 total units, as well as 8 garage spots in the back. Now the garage spots go for $50 a stall per month, but it gets wishy-washy because the previous owner had some of them built into their rent for the month, so they kind of had that included. And there's some that are definitely below market value and I could raise, but I'm not going to because of, for 1, COVID, for 2, I just don't feel that's fair right now. And so I don't plan on raising rent for anybody until new tenants come in. And the total rents for 1136 alone is $3,000 a month. So that's the left property. And the nice thing about that property is all the tenants pay all their electric and gas, and I pay sewer, water, and trash. So the right property brings in $2,550. The left property brings in $3,000, total of $5,550, and that includes garages. So I think the previous owner had just added $100 to the rent for those people that have garages in the back. There's still some organizing to do, and I'm actually going to swap a couple garages for some tenants that are on opposite sides and kind of have crisscross garages, so I'm going to fix that for them. So now that we know that we bring in $5,550 a month in income, that is gross, that is not net. What that basically means is it brings in $5,550 a month, subtract the $1,800 from the mortgage, and then we have utilities. So I'm going to go off of the numbers I have from the old seller for the average numbers, because the numbers I have right now for my first bills are not accurate because I had setup fees and first time account fees that I won't have in normal months. So I'm going to go off of the averages from the previous seller because I think those numbers are pretty accurate and I trust them. So we are going to go with them. The average water, sewer, and trash together is about $250 a month for both properties. Like I said, on the left building, the 4 tenants pay all electric and gas, but I do have a house meter for both of them for electric and gas, which is about $50 for gas from the house meter and then $18 a month for the electric meter, which basically just separates all of them and I pay the meter fee. And then on the right property, the average electric bill is about $209 a month and the gas is $103. So cash flow is going to be the money you make after all your expenses, your mortgage, your debt service. Well, your debt service is your mortgage, but utilities, your mortgage, and then any repairs, that's gonna be your cash flow per month. I know my numbers, it's about $3,000 takeaway per month, if not more or less, give or take on the month, depending on if there's repairs or if it's winter and the gas bill's higher, etc., something like that. So around $3,000, I would say a safe range is $2,800 to $3,200 a month is the cash flow from the property. Now, if you take that in 1 year, 3 times 12 is $36,000 a year, which is phenomenal. And not only is that $36,000 cash in my pocket, not really, because it's going into my business account, and I'm not really going to take any out because I'm going to keep rolling it forward into more properties. However, $36,000 a year in cash flow from a $285,000 investment is almost unheard of. If you can find a deal like that, please let me know. I'd be very interested in the numbers and kind of how that deal worked. But not only is that $36,000 a year, it's also building principal. So obviously I'm paying more interest up front. I have an entire thing full of paperwork, but I have it kind of broken down on how much principal we put in after a year, but I'm not going to get into that right now. The main purpose of this video is just to break down the numbers for you guys. I won't really get into too much of the other stuff, but there is some really, really great benefits of owning and investing in real estate that I don't think a lot of people see. And I want people to realize that it's not only just cash flowing and paying me every month, it's also building equity, appreciating, and who knows, if I were to sell it in 5 years for an extra $100,000, that's $100,000 in my pocket, plus the $42,000 down payment, which I didn't even talk about in this video. But you could have done the math with a 15%. That's gonna do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this, please drop a like. Follow me on all my social medias. That's all. That's really all. I'm gonna be trying to make more financial videos and even some more in real life videos. I gotta let the dog out. Have a good day.